So let's just get right into it. Anytime a mysterious object from another star system decides to swing through our neighborhood, you know the internet is going to have, well, some thoughts. And our latest visitor, this comet called 3I/Atlas, has absolutely kicked the hornet's nest. And this, right here, is where it all went wild. This quote from a post that just blew up online is exactly the kind of thing that makes everyone stop scrolling. A spacecraft with structural lines just covered in a bit of cosmic dust? I mean, it sounds like the opening scene of a sci-fi blockbuster, and honestly, it's the spark that lit this whole fire.
So that's really the heart of it, isn't it? What are we actually looking at here? Is this interstellar traveler a piece of super advanced alien hardware, a mothership just popping in to say hello? Or is this just the internet doing what the internet does best, spinning an amazing story out of a few blurry pixels and a whole lot of imagination?
To even begin to answer that, we have to separate the science fiction from the science fact. So let's cut through all the noise for a minute and look at what we actually know for sure about this thing, before we get to all the really weird stuff. First off, what even is an interstellar object? Well, it's pretty simple. It's not from around here. It was born around a totally different star and has been drifting through the galaxy for, who knows, maybe billions of years. And this is a huge deal because 3I/Atlas is only the third one of these we've ever found. We're talking incredibly rare.
Okay, so here are the vitals. We spotted it in July 2025. It's moving at a blistering 210,000 kilometers per hour. That is so fast that our sun's gravity can't possibly capture it. It's just passing through. And most importantly, don't worry, its closest approach to us is a super safe 270 million kilometers away. So yeah, no need to cancel any plans.
All right, so we've got the basics. A fast, harmless chunk of space rock. Case closed, right? Not even close. Because this is where the plot really thickens. Scientists have a whole list of things about 3I/Atlas that are just, well, they're just plain weird. Now check this out. It's not just one odd thing. It's a pileup. It's pushing itself off its predicted path in a way gravity just can't explain. For a little while, it had a jet of material pointing towards the sun, which is, the wrong way. Its orbit lines up with our planet's in a way that has a tiny 0.2% chance of happening by accident. Oh, and it just so happens to have come from the same patch of sky as the legendary 1977 WOW signal. That super powerful, mysterious radio burst that some people thought was an alien message. I mean, that's a lot of coincidences, right? So let's go back to that weird acceleration for a second. The normal explanation for a comet doing this is that it acts like a little rocket, with ice turning to gas and pushing it along. But for that to work here, 3I/Atlas would have had to blast off at least 13% of its entire mass. That is a huge amount, and we just haven't seen the giant cloud of gas you'd expect to see from that kind of eruption. And then there's what it's made of. On one side, you have a typical comet from our solar system. It's basically a big, dirty snowball made mostly of water ice. And then you have 3I/Atlas. It's got this weirdly high amount of nickel, and it's super low on water, only about 4%. It's just built different. This is not your average backyard comet. So, with all these bizarre facts piling up, the science community is buzzing. But that scientific buzz has turned into a full-on roar of conspiracy online, and it's all centered on one big idea. NASA is hiding something. So, did the government actually cover this up, or is this just your uncle on Facebook again? The whole controversy really boils down to pictures. See, we've got some great shots from Hubble and other telescopes for sure. But back in October 2025, the comet did a really close flyby of Mars. And NASA's orbiter there has this ridiculously sharp camera called HiRISE that was in the perfect spot to get the best pictures ever. But weeks later, radio silence. Those images still haven't been released. And so you end up with two completely different stories. The conspiracy theory: NASA saw something definitive, windows, landing gear, something, and they're hiding it from us. The official story? Well, these high-res images take a ton of processing to get right. And, oh yeah, a federal government shutdown happened right at that exact time, which furloughed the staff and basically froze the whole data release pipeline. It's plausible, sure, but for some people, that silence has been absolutely deafening. Okay, so after tumbling down that rabbit hole, let's pull back. What about the scientists who are trying to explain all this weirdness without invoking little green men? Is there a natural way for an object this bizarre to even exist? Well, the leading theory is actually pretty cool.
The whole idea is called galactic cosmic ray processing. And what that basically means is that as this thing drifted between the stars for maybe billions of years, it was constantly getting zapped by high-energy particles. Think of it like it's been getting a cosmic sunburn for eons. So here's the recipe. Step 1. Let an object drift for billions of years. Step 2. Bombard it with cosmic rays the whole time. Step 3. This radiation basically bakes its outer layers into a tough, organic-rich crust. And step 4, when that crust finally gets near a star like our sun and heats up, it behaves in all sorts of strange ways. And boom, that could explain the weird jets, the strange chemical signature, everything. It turns out nature is a pretty creative engineer. And this just reframes the entire story, doesn't it? Maybe 3i/Atlas isn't some fresh message from another solar system. Maybe it's more like a cosmic artifact, a natural laboratory that shows us what billions of years of lonely travel through the galaxy actually does to an object. And honestly, that in itself is a pretty profound discovery. So here we are. We've got two completely different narratives. In one corner, you have a collection of genuinely bizarre anomalies that are fueling theories of an alien probe. And in the other, a pretty compelling scientific explanation that says this is just a natural wonder, even if it has been processed in a way we've never seen before. And here is NASA's official bottom line, a direct clapback to all the speculation. It's a clear, no-nonsense statement. It's natural and it's not a threat. End of story. But that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Is the scientific truth, an object that's wandered the void for billions of years, getting baked by cosmic rays into something totally new to us, is that actually stranger than the fiction of an alien spacecraft? Or is it just a fantastic mystery that, with a little more science, is just better explained? I guess we'll have to wait for those pictures from Mars to find out.